just can we touch base about Kyle's retirement first of all? Did you sort of understand where he was coming from?
Yeah, completely. I think it's a really brave decision, to be honest. Look, I think when we signed Kyle, we knew there was some risk. You know, to have a guy that had been out of the game for so long and been inactive, and we were really prepared to support him all the way through it. But I guess when we signed him, you know, we thought we were 3 or 4 weeks away from the first game. We thought he'd be fit for that. And the basic struggle, James, was, you know, getting to the right levels, a condition for him that probably every 2 steps forward, we took 3 steps back, not from a rugby point of view, but from a physical perspective. You know, whether that be, you know, sore hamstring or whatever impacted his ability to get on the training field and do what we needed to do. And then I think there was just a feeling and a realisation that it were going to be a really longer road back than what we probably anticipated. And the sort of honesty part of it from Kyle really is, you know, the fire wasn't burning as strong as it needed to. I think our initial talks were, you know, rather than being a short-term signing, I'm in it for the long haul, to which at the time we were like, great, you know, it means business. But the true test is when you get started. And as I say, for every 2 steps forward, we probably had 3 steps back in terms of getting him on the training field and having our ability to try and improve him as a rugby league player. So, you know, throwing him in unlimited prep. And when the fire's not burning as strong as it should be or can be, it's a very, very difficult place to be and difficult sport. And he was very, very honest. I don't think there's too many players that would have just gone, hey, listen, I can't be the player I know I can be, and I can't be the player you need me to be. So I'm not gonna try and manufacture it or pretend that. I'm going to be really upfront and honest, and I think he needs applauding for that. And so we're prepared to stick by him and keep going, but that's the way we're feeling, and his honesty in the situation, you know, quite remarkable, really. So we decided to, you know, or Kyle decided really to take the action that he did. So, look, we don't think one of them, not ideal, but nothing ventured, nothing gained. We give it a go. We felt we could get a great rugby player out of him. It wasn't to be. But I think the way it ended is a real credit to Kyle, really, for, you know, going down the road that he did.
Does it leave you needing to recruit in that position for next year?
Oh yeah, definitely. We recruited because we knew Rob Louis were retiring, and obviously Jack Walker's still got a long-term injury. Richie Myler's still on contract, but 100% we'll need to bring another spine player in, be that a fullback or a halfback for sure.
Talk about the return of fans in a moment, but obviously you get Myler and Tetevano back this week. Yes. How big a boost is it just to have someone like Tetevano to steady the ship?
Well, we've clearly missed him. He's one of our most senior players. The presence that he brought to our team were very evident in his early performances. A bit frustrating and disappointed about the length of the ban, really. You know, when you look at the other sort of cautions, grade A's, 1 or 2 games that have been dished out, we thought 4 games were excessive. So it's been a difficult 5 weeks for him, because we had a Challenge Cup week in there too. It's been a long time without him playing, but he's been training. Obviously, he's been training all through, jumping at the bit to get going, and he'll be a massive plus to get him back in the team for us. We've really missed him. I think the biggest impact on our season, James, so far, while results haven't been going our way, we've lost some tight games, and I've said before, is the lack of continuity in our lineup and having to put players in positions where they're not used to playing. I think that would challenge any single team to go through what we've gone through. So to get Richie and Zane back gives us a lot of experience and quality in 2 very important roles for us.
You said he'll be chomping at the bit. I think that's an understatement, given the amount of time he's been out and given the circumstances. Do you need to speak to him about harnessing that energy in the right direction to make sure it doesn't happen again?
Yeah, he knows, mate. Look, he's. I know he's a middle forward, but he's a very, very smart rugby player. He's got an extremely high rugby league IQ, intellect, if you like, and he knows, mate. He got it wrong, but he didn't get it that wrong, in my opinion. And he knows he's suffered. He's suffered, sat on the sideline for 4 weeks watching us and struggle without him in the middle of the field, and the load it's put on, Matty and Mickey. So he knows. But yeah, we'll chat to him, mate. But he's, I haven't got too many worries, mate. I can't tell Zane to go out there and play like a wallflower either. It's not why we brought him, and it's not his goal. So we just need to make sure that it doesn't overflow into discipline issues like it did last time.
So the last time that you played in front of fans, I think was 450 days ago, which is far too long. What's it going to mean to you?
Who were it again? Toronto.
Warrington, wasn't it?
Was
it Toronto?
444.
What date was it?
Be 444 days.
444 days.
440, so not quite. So nearly.
Toronto, were it? There's a lot happened since then, to Toronto included, isn't there?
So a lot has happened to everyone since then. I'll rephrase that and say nearly 450 days. What does it mean to you and the guys to get some fans back in on Sunday night?
Yeah, it'll be great. Look, we've sort of been asked this in anticipation for 4 or 5 weeks now, but our players have missed the fans, plain and simple, and they make a big part of our performance. When there's a close game on and the crowd's right behind you, they have got the ability to bring you home. So even though it won't be as many as we would like, or as many as would like to be there, it'll still be fantastic to have them part of match day again, and obviously create an atmosphere that the game has so badly missed for a long time.
What do you think you'll get from Hull?
Well, very hard-working team. I think clearly the new coach has had a strong impact on them, and you can see that in some areas when they get held up. When they're holding opposition up over the try line, there's always 4 and 5 bodies in there. They're escorting the kicks, they're challenging for kicks. The work ethic and their ability to work for each other, I think, has been the real standout feature for me. They're 14 points a game they've been conceding pretty consistently, from the start of the season up to last week. And I think they've become a really difficult team to score again. We need to improve our attack. We felt last week, James, that it were a tight game that probably didn't need to be a tight game. We probably enough opportunities in that first 15 minutes to be 2 or 3 scores clear. We conceded 1 line break all game, which were for the first try, 1 line break. But for us polishing up our attack, we got to some really good spots, and for different parts of our execution, didn't ice some opportunities that came our way, and it ended up being a tight game when we felt we could have had some real daylight in it from a very early part of the fixture. I think this will be different. I think Hull have proven that they make you work extremely, extremely hard to get over their try line, which is a great trait for them to have.
Just finally for me, can I mention Morgan Gannon? Because
yes,
you singled him out for special mention after the game, and there was a moment in that game where he rode a challenge from Eddie Batty, where most seasoned middles would probably be on the backside, but he didn't put him down. A, have you checked he's only 17? And B, in terms of players that you've seen come into the game at that age, where would you place him?
We've got to be really careful, James, because he's so young. But some of that stuff, what you're talking about, what you saw last week, we've seen that in training. We've seen it right from the word go. Everybody gets excited when they see a tremendous young talent, and the tendency or opportunity to shower him with praise and talk him up as the next big thing. But look, we know what he can do. He's such a humility is a big strong point. He's such a polite, easygoing, hardworking, honest young bloke that for a 17-year-old to come and play in the middle with experienced guys and guys that have played test matches and guys that at this moment in time are physically in front of him. You know, I think he's 93 kilos, which for his age is a really good, strong size. But when you're throwing him again, you know, your Aletskis and your Holroyds, we've seen it in training from very early on. His ability to get off his line, stick his body in front of people and stop them. But he runs the ball so hard as well. But he's a very, very intelligent footballer. Some of the times he corrects himself. He has already corrected himself before the coach gets to him. You can show him one video clip and know in comfort that that's probably not going to happen again for a long time. Such as his ability to take on board information and his knowledge retention. And yeah, he's as tough as they come. So it's no surprise that he's catching people's eye. He were in the team not because of numbers and selection. He were in the team last week because we got confidence in him to do a big job. And that's the first time he's played middle. We've actually played him on the edge every time he's played before, just take him out of that furnace a little bit. But we managed to get him on in the first half, and we played him in the middle. He died in his backside a little bit towards the end of his stint, but he's fit. You know, he's strong, he's brave, and I think you're going to see and hear a lot about him moving forward. You know, his temperament is not going to be an issue for him.